is Rachel, and this is a progression for a hollow body hold. So hollow bodies, I find personally to be one of the most challenging type of core strength that you can build, but it's very beneficial for whenever you come upside down, like in handstands, forearm balance, or any type of arm balance, to be honest, and just helps really get into some of the deeper core muscles as well as the superficial ones. So let's just get started coming into this progression of the hollow body. Starting off on your backs. Notice the starting position, what your pelvis is like, what your ribs and low back are doing. In this sort of relaxed state, you can say that sticking your arm underneath, you could pretty much thread your hand through. So what I like to think is the back of my ribs making contact with the ground, pushing down completely, and it helps put my pelvis, tilts it in a way where the top of my hip here kind of goes back into place. Right? Earlier it was tipped slightly forward, now it's coming back into place, going backwards, the posterior tilt. Keep that. Right? Find the engagement here of the front core already, front body. So we're going to first off with a tuck, so knees together, inner thighs hugging, and already engage your glutes. And imagine you're trying to reach your knees towards your chest here without having to bring the sacrum too far off the ground. Hugging everything tight, making everything come through center. Reach your arms down by your sides, and then lift your shoulder blades up. And you can either continue to look down towards your belly button, maybe turn the gaze towards your knees, or looking up, which is the most challenging of the gazes here. Taking 3 deep breaths in. So the entire body is staying active. From the head to the toes, all around. From the medial side to the lateral sides to the medial sides, everything's active. And then release all the way back down. So if that's already a lot, stay with us this first progression. Let's move on to the next one. So same thing, hug your knees in towards your chest, right? Hug your inner knees towards one another, inner thighs towards one another. Engage your glutes. Reach your arms forward. Begin to peel your shoulder blades up off the mat. You choose with the gaze, either down towards the belly button, knees, or up towards the ceiling. I'm going to look at the knees this time. And really still keeping your ribs, back of the ribs down onto your mat. Keep reaching forward now. What you can do is try to straighten out your legs, but you don't have to lower them just yet. So keep thinking of your low back as staying glued to the mat here. Alright, so just being at this higher angle. Keep reaching. Keep breathing. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Relax. Allow everything to disengage. Allow everything to not have to be so glued to the ground here. Make your way to the next progression. Starting just how we just did, knees in towards your chest, reaching forward. Peel your shoulder blades up off your mat. Keep this. Straighten out your legs. You might begin to lower them a little bit farther than the first time. And only go as far that your low back doesn't come up off the mat. So if that means you have to come up a little bit higher, come a little bit higher, or maybe bring them closer down towards your mat. I'm shaking here. This is a really tough pose for me. Good. Hug your knees in towards your chest, and then release, let go. All right. So coming through different progressions with the hollow body, right? Building our way up in terms of how challenged the pose can get. I have one more variation for all of us. So coming with the arms up overhead. So you'll notice that each time you extend the lever, right, from your core center, from the center, every time you extend out, it gets a little bit more challenging because you have to be able to sustain that weight in those extended areas. Knees in towards your chest, reaching forward, lift shoulder blades up off your mat. Straighten your legs, begin to lower, only go as far as your low back doesn't come up off the mat. Arms reaching forward or arms reaching up overhead. You can even try to mimic a handstand, extending your wrist, pulling your fingers back towards your forearms. Bring it in, knees in towards your chest. Get started my dog takumi, and then release all the way back down. So with any of those options, what you can do is build endurance, build longevity by taking more cycles of breath, or even take a timer and then count down from there. Start off maybe with 10 seconds, progressing to 20 seconds or 30 seconds. And I recommend going with the first option, getting really solid there, using that as your baseline and build on top of that. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Rachel. Please subscribe and like my videos because that helps me create content that will help you. Thank you for joining me again, and I will see you next time.